Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Michael Fletcher, and welcome to the post fight for undoubtedly what could be boxing's fight of the year of 2017. What a battle, what a match. Carl Frampton and Leo Santa Cruz, the second time around, just as good and advertised as the first time these two men laced them up and battled. And what a fight it was tonight. I mean, unbelievable battle. Um, Premier boxing champions exclusively on Showtime from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. And ladies and gentlemen, Leo Santa Cruz gets a measure of revenge. He wins the bout by majority decision. One judge scored the bout 114-114, a complete draw. Two judges overrules, gives it 115-113, 7 rounds to 5. Leo Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz wins the bout. He gets the WBA Super welterweight, Super Featherweight championship back. Man alive. Um, this fight was absolutely amazing. There was nothing to say about it. I mean, these two men were going hardcore right at it. It was an amazing fight. There's no doubt in my mind. I had Santa Cruz winning it by 7 rounds to 5. I had it 115-113. But I mean, so many of these rounds could go either way. There was definitely, I was watching the feed of this fight, and if you notice on the Showtime scorecard, he actually scored 3 rounds. One of the unofficial guys scored 3 of the rounds 10-10. He literally had it 10-10, and I can't disagree with them. There were some hard rounds to score, especially in certain parts of the fight. These two guys were going at it full on, jabs, hooks. This was an entertaining fight. I know a lot of people have been very down on boxing, and especially in the last few years. Tonight, this was a great night for boxing, no doubt about it. At least in my eyes. You can say whatever you want to say about the past, but this is really a great night for him as well. A great night, to say the very least. I was really enthralled with everything that went down. The only other fight that actually really stood out and was really amazing, um, Mickey Garcia, an epic third round knockout victory to win the title. He's now a 3 division champion. He's won his he became a 3 division champion with a vicious knockout, probably the knockout of the year in my eyes. That was a thing of beauty. If you haven't seen it, go on to like Facebook or YouTube. They'll have it. This was epic. And then the main event, it's the Irishman, Carl Frampton, putting the 126-pound belt, the super featherweight title on the line against Leo Santa Cruz. As many as you guys know, the first time that these two guys threw down, was not too long ago. These guys really tore the place apart. This was an epic fight. I believe it was in Madison Square Garden, and on that night, it was actually Frampton that walked away with the belt, winning the fight, and it was really one of those amazing victories, to say the very least, for Carl Frampton, as he won, like I said, by majority decision over Leo Santa Cruz, and that fight went down. Actually, it was July. It was actually July 30th, 2016. I believe this was a big. This was a another premier championship boxing fight, because it was actually from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, and that's the night where he became the WBA Super Featherweight champion. He puts the belt on the line in an epic war again, and they've already said they want to do this again. They want to do a third fight. So, what we heard and what they talked about. Well, let's give you first off. Um, Santa Cruz, actually, this is according to copy box numbers. This just came just a couple of moments ago. Frampton threw uh, 500, 592 punches compared to Santa Cruz, who threw 884. Uh, Frampton landed 28 jabs. Santa Cruz landed 81 jabs. This is just a little glimpse of the fight itself. We don't have the full numbers yet. Copy box numbers are not out as of yet. But once we get those numbers, hopefully we'll get them. I will have the full details. But my goodness, you're looking at over and about maybe 1,300. I want to say, I mean, almost 1,300. Let me see if 1,476 total punch. Well, actually, no, it would be even more than that. So let me see, 884 to. I'm trying to do the math in my head right now. I'm actually using a calculator. I had to use the calculator for this, folks. So just bear with me. No, I was right. 1,476 total punches. When it comes to this fight, that is an amazing output, to say the very least. Epic fight, epic match, fight of the year for me. Basically, this is what after the fight was over, this is the post-fight interview. First, to the winner, Leo Santa Cruz, this is what he said, and I quote, before the first fight, I wanted revenge, Santa Cruz said. He goes on and says, I did what I had to do. I knew it was going to be another tough fight, and like I said, let's make it a third fight. So there's already talk about a third fight right off the get-go. I always knew how to use my distance and everything. I like to give my fans a great fight. I'm sorry for the fans, but the way to beat Frampton, if I went in, he would have had counterpunched me all night, and in many cases that was true. He said my head was telling me to go for it and pressure, but my dad, who was actually his cornerman, was telling me to box him. Of course, I'm a man of my word. Let's do it a third time. And this was the key word that everybody was saying. Let's do. I even talked to one of my friends personally. I was like, they got to do a third fight. They got to do a trilogy. The first fight was really close. I thought Frampton won that fight. This time, I thought Santa Cruz won it, even though it was dangerously close. No doubt about it. This has to be a third fight. In the losing after, Carl Frampton says this. He's like, it was a very tough fight. Some rounds were close, but I feel like Leo probably deserved it. I want to apologize for my traveling support. But the better man deserved it. I'm gutted. He told me what he was going to do. Sometimes I felt the brawler was outboxing the boxer, and won all. We have to do it again. He is very clever. He used his reach. I think he deserved it. I'm being honest. I think he deserved it. It was a very good fight. No excuses. I had a very good training camp. Let's do it again. I hope Leo is a man of his word. He said if that a third fight that he would come to Belfast, Ireland. Let's do it again. There's really nothing more to say about this, ladies and gentlemen. If you please go out of your way to see this fight, because I truly believe this was an epic 5-star and beyond with the finest drama that anything that you could think of. It was hard hitting, it was great boxing. This is boxing when done right. This is the boxing that I used to love, that I used to back, how I used to watch every time. It has become a little bit of a dying sport. However, tonight these two men gave us probably the best hour of boxing I have seen in a very long time, and I could only applaud and commend these gentlemen tonight. Carl Frampton, Leo Santa Cruz, I tip my cap to you and I salute you. Thank you for a tremendous night, a tremendous bout. Nothing more to say. Thank you so much for watching this. I am Michael Fletcher. You know the routine. Hugs and hand pounds. Good night. Have a great evening. I will see you very soon. So long for now.